this is Roger with iGadget Geek. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new LG G Watch. This, of course, is the smartwatch that runs Android Wear. Now, you can pick this up for $229 at any AT&T store, but here's the really cool part. If you've picked up the LG G3, you can get 50% off at time of purchase off of any LG accessory. So in other words, instead of this watch costing you $229, if you're buying the G3, you can get this watch for half price. It'll set you back $115. And for $115, this is a fantastic smartwatch. So you get the box itself, and inside of here, you actually have some pamphlet information, your USB cable, your charging dock, your wall wart, and the watch itself. So let's go ahead and take a look around at the watch itself. Now, the really cool part about this is you have some ways of setting this. In other words, you can set it up like I have where the screen is always on, or you can change that where the screen goes off. Now, you have here at the very bottom, you have your microphone. Now, what that is used for is to pick up all your OK Google commands. So in other words, once you've installed the companion app on your Android smartphone, and you interact with this watch by voice. So if we want to, let's say, launch the calculator app, launch calculator, then it'll pull that application up. We have a little calculator here. We can slide that out of the way, and we can say, OK Google, open calendar. And it'll open the calendar app. So let's say we want to take a quick note. We can actually say, OK Google, take a note. This is my test note. And as you can see, it saves it. Now, you may be asked, okay, it saved that note, but where did it save that note to? Well, like here's my G3. So basically, you're going to install the Android Wear application on your G3, and this is what's going to allow your watch and your phone to communicate. So right down here, you see take a note. I use the keep to actually keep all of my notes. So I can create a quick note on my watch and save it to my phone through keep. So pretty cool. You actually have all of these different things here, agenda, all of these different settings. I'm not going to dive into all the settings because there's a lot to cover, and we've seen that on Android Wear. What I wanted to show you was some stuff really about the watch itself, because there's been some misinformation, I want to say, put out there about how hard these are to use. Personally, if you take the time to learn how to operate them, you do not have any problems. So as you can see, there's no physical buttons, there's no home button, there's nothing, no power button or anything like that. So people have been like, well, how do you turn it off? This really is designed to be on 24/7, but if you want to turn it off, if you do a double tap, then swipe up, you can actually go into all of your settings. So as you can see here, take a note, remind, show my steps, because it has a pedometer built in, send a text. You can actually go to email. You can do agenda, navigate. You have set a timer, start stopwatch, start an alarm, and all of these commands you do with your voice. So if you look, you've got start. What we can do is go into settings. Now, once you're into settings, you can adjust the brightness. You can do always on. That's where the screen will never actually dim. And then you have airplane mode. In other words, it turns off the Bluetooth of the device itself. You have power off, restart, and reset device. So if you wanted to turn this device off, you would just hit power off. Are you sure? Yes. And it's actually going to shut down. So now you've got the new G Watch with Android Wear, and it's turned off, but there's no buttons. So how do I turn it on? Well, you just take the charging dock, as you can see here. Let me focus in. Once you have this charging dock and there's power, you've plugged it in. Once you place this watch right in that dock, and it's kind of magnetized, it kind of sticks together, it'll actually turn the watch back on for you. Now, since this watch is mainly designed to be on 24/7, it's not really designed for you to turn it off every night. You can through those steps I just showed you, but this dock right here is what you actually use to charge it. It has those contacts on the back of the phone that make contact with the dock and allows you to charge. As you can see, it's booted up quite quickly, and you can see I actually have a notification email there. I've got my steps taken, and all that good information right there. Now, as you can see, it's connected with my phone. Now, this watch face that I'm actually using is one you can purchase. It's actually Wear Face Collection. You download this to your actual Android phone, and it'll sync those watches. You have all these different choices. So let's scroll down here. Like, let's say we want this one. We push to watch, and you can see my face has changed. So it's a pretty cool application. The fact that this was only released a couple weeks ago, Android Wear as an operating system, only a couple weeks ago at Google I/O, and there's already quite a few applications on the Android Play Store to allow you to customize and change the look and feel of that watch face, which I think is pretty cool. So all in all, just keep in mind, if you are wanting to pick up the Android Wear smartwatch by LG, the LG G Watch, and purchase the G3, you get the watch at half price. So you can pick up the watch for $115. Now that has been my full review of the LG G Watch, and this has been Roger with iGadget Geek.